What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Day the CEO, and today I'm back here with my first video, technically my first video, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 different stocks or ticker symbols that I believe you should be buying into right now. Basically, all we're doing is catching stocks that are at a lower level, oversold, or have high potential to the upside. So what we're doing here is basically going in with equity and playing to the long term. So if you guys don't already know me, I'm the owner of Project 3 Trading, which you can check out all the links below to where I post all my trades in there. Follow my Instagram at DayTheCEO, follow my Twitter at DayTheCEO, and also subscribe for more free content trying to help you guys out. So we'll get right into it. The first company we're looking at right now is going to be Uber. So obviously, as most of you millennials know what Uber is basically going to help us get from place to place, point A to point B. And a lot of people use this. Uber is really a no-brainer in my opinion. Right now it's trading at around $40, and where we're looking to add our position is going to be from around the 42 area and below. So we've seen a recent bounce at around the 37.8 level, and I believe we can see continuation easily up to the 48 level, next 52 price target, and then obviously all-time highs. So right now it's definitely a good idea to start investing and adding into Uber. So along with that, you're going to want to look into names like Lyft, check how they're doing, and other companies to see how competitors are acting toward the company that you're actually going to be investing in. Depending on the equity you're going in with, you want to make sure that you're always going in with a healthy amount for your portfolio value. So personally, I'm adding shares at 40 and under, around there, and just with price targets, obviously, as most of you guys know, we'll begin to start trimming at each take profit level, and from there we'll just slowly exit out of our position, leave runners when needed, as always. So this is one to definitely pay attention to, one I'm buying into consistently right now. So if you have any questions with Uber, feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll help you guys out with that. So let me move this right here really quick. Next stock we're going to be looking at is going to be Tilray. So Tilray is basically just a Canadian pharmaceutical and cannabis company, and in my opinion they have a heavy upside and there's a lot of value within this company. So as you guys probably know, we saw Aurora Cannabis, Tilray, Sundial, all these different cannabis stocks run toward the beginning of the year, and I believe that we're due for another run very soon. So as you can see from all-time highs, if you look at the 5-year chart, we can see that Tilray actually did have a huge run. At one point it was a $300 stock, but now at the levels we're trading at, we did see this large run up to around 67. That was obviously when we saw the run with all the cannabis and basically weed stocks, and now what we're seeing is this pullback to around $13. So what I'm basically doing is adding anywhere from below this range, so 14.5 is where I'm going to be adding my position, just growing my shares, all based on the market. We'll look at different indices, we'll pay attention to other obviously cannabis names to see how those are moving, and then all the news that goes into these companies. That's another thing to pay attention to, is all the CEOs and things of that matter. So looking at Tilray, we can obviously see some upside to first target. Let me just zoom out here. So this looks like a good range right here, so around this 17 level, but personally I'd be aiming for around this level, which is going to be 19.6 to the 20 level, and then you can start trimming from there. So this is a fairly cheap stock that you're able to buy in. And yeah, if you want, feel free to drop a comment on this Tilray stock as well. So yes, let's get into Chargepoint. So what Chargepoint is basically in the EV sector. So Chargepoint is basically one of the largest networks for electronic vehicles, and it's going to help out with obviously names like Tesla, different cars that need batteries. So electric vehicles, if you're invested into that, names like Tesla, Neo, etc., this is definitely something to pay attention to. So personally, I have traded Chargepoint at a high volume, and we usually are basically bound to always see a bounce at around this 20 level. So I already added to my position at around 20 today. After hours, we saw a pretty big jump. So due to earnings, obviously we'll have that more volatility, either heavy upside, heavy downside. So either way, I'm keeping this position, growing this position. First price target, where you're gonna probably trim around 20% of your position, is what I do, is gonna be around $25. So right there, that's already a 20% gain. 25% gain, my fault. So if you're investing $20, goes to 25% gain. You can do the math. Then next target is going to be around the 30 level, and what I always do is play toward all-time highs for my long-term positions. Now keep in mind, a stock is not guaranteed to always go to all-time highs. Obviously, all the news, all the other factors, the economy, will affect the stock's movement. But Chargepoint is another name that I'm investing into around the 20 level. So what I recommend is getting in from 22.6, 22.7 level all the way to the 20 level and under. So another long-term stock, good play in my opinion. And all these long-term stocks are is basically just buying and holding, to be completely honest. It doesn't take the most skilled trader to make profit with a long-term trade. As long as you know when to buy in and when to add your position, all it really takes is patience. And like I always say, patience is key. So the next stock we're going to be looking at is basically Lemonade. So Lemonade is basically an insurance company, a great insurance company. If I was you, I'd look into it more, do some research on Lemonade. But Lemonade had a large pullback in May. We've seen another pullback recently. So what we've seen is this 116 level, right? And now we're touching this 60 level, where we had this double bounce level right here, and then we pulled back up to around 78. So we already had quite a bit of a run up. So what I'm doing is setting my first price target at around 95. Definitely can see Lemonade above 110 again, easily playing off these highs. 150 was highs, so I definitely believe that we can see above the 110 area once again. So Lemonade, definitely a high watch. Definitely recommend adding into there. If you want to get quite a bit of a late entry, you can still add under $80. Personally, I would add under 70, but it's never too late to get in. You can still make that good percentage. So remember, we're diversifying our portfolio, never going in full positions. Remember, you can hedge if you need to, and make sure that you're protecting your account, protect your capital. That's one important thing. Highly diversified. The next thing we're going to be looking at is basically Alibaba. So most of you guys probably know Alibaba has been on a huge sell-off recently. Let's just zoom out here. We had this level all the way at around 318. So what we're seeing now is a large pullback all the way to around 150. So I drew out this trading channel for us to look at. So we're drawing this resistance around 175. As long as this keeps trading in this, we're gonna just bounce up and down, reject, bounce, and then we're gonna see this 152 level is gonna be used as technically our support on this time frame. So like I say to everyone, always be switching throughout all your time frames, looking for different support, resistance, key levels, and use your indicators as to why you're entering. So something I'd look for here, which is a positive sign, is this cross right here on MACD and this beginning of the curve with the Ripster EMA cloud. So if you guys don't already have these indicators, feel free to DM me and I'll send you these indicators and how to add them. So ideally we would want to see this orange cloud curve into then a teal cloud for an overall pivot within the stock, and we need to see high volume and actual interest in buying. So personally, what I'm doing with Alibaba, if you guys don't know already, this is a Chinese e-commerce company, is just buying in right now. To be honest, is even a good time to buy in and just holding this long term. Definitely easily can see over 200. Now remember, none of this is financial advice. This is personally just what I'm buying into and holding. So to be completely honest, this is a great buy right now. I just slowly add to your position, and yeah, just keep growing. Now, not everyone has the money, obviously, to just buy 100 shares of these companies like Alibaba. So if you guys do need to start out with smaller positions, that's completely fine. Just make sure you're understanding the basics of how these stocks move, how we're going to play them. And yeah, so for today, those are my 5 picks that I chose. Once again, Uber, Tilray, Chargepoint, Lemonade, and Alibaba. So yeah, I recommend looking into all 5 of those. Definitely leave a comment if you have any questions. Feel free to leave a like on the video, which is much appreciated. Follow the links below. Follow my Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. If you have any recommendations for what videos I should make next, please drop a comment below. And yeah, appreciate everyone. Have a great day and happy Wednesday. Happy September. Peace.